Oh. It's Googy Morning. Sound the alarm. It's Googy Morning. A little jingle. Good morning, Googy Morning. Yay. Wait, sounds like the birds. The little morning birds. Do you have any birds that sound like that? Okay. Turning this off. Eyes open. Big. Morning. Big morning. Googy Morning, big time nights. Googy Morning, big time nights. You get Googy in the morning so that by nighttime, big time. If you don't know, it was established in that Crisis on Infinite Scum episodes that this was in the George Lucas talk show episode that I crashed with the guest who is the actor from Jurassic World. Is her name Adrienne? Can't remember. She was lovely though. Look at me, I'm great. Let's see. That episode devolved into a thing where I desperately, pathetically pitched an idea to host a show with Watto and Tom Sharpling called Big Time Night. What? Her name's Daniela. It's not Adrienne. Who's that? I'm not. Okay. Not gonna be negative. Big Time Night. It's the late night show that's big time. We're sick of small time, okay? And we're sick of, we're sick of you. Small time. You got to be big time. Right? I don't have my. All right, let's go. This is not what the show is about today, but let me just. I don't care. Big time don't care. Okay, look. I'm not really sick of you guys, but Big Time Night Riley, he's looking for big time guests, big time segments, and big time audience. That means you gotta pay or whatever. I'm done with this. We're not talking about this anymore right now. Thank you for being here on Googy Morning. I appreciate you. I thank you. I am not sick of you. I love you. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy I'm here. I'm happy I get to do this. I'm happy people like watching this, even though I'm not always sure what I'm doing with the show. Left brain, right brain. Is that a good way to run a show? It's been working so far. I'm enjoying it. This, of course, is a left brain episode. What does that mean? It means the book club. The Googy Morning Book Club, where we read a book and then we reconvene and we talk about it. The book that I chose was Women, Race, and Class by Angela Davis. Why did I choose this book? First of all, I chose this book because I'm already a fan of Angela Davis now. I'm a fan of her book, Are Prisons Obsolete? I learned a lot from it. I appreciated the writing style. I feel like it was easily accessible while conveying a lot of heavy and hard to digest information. So I thought, well, and then we went through the process of reading other books like the autobiography of Assata Shakur. We didn't discuss it, but I also read a book called Blood in My Eye by George Jackson. I read what was it? The End of Policing by Alex Vitale. And by the way, it's okay if you didn't do the reading. We'll get into that a little later because I know that I put everyone on a tight schedule. A book every 2 weeks. You got other stuff going on. But yeah, I found that as I was reading, let's see, I kind of described those books in reverse chronological order. End of Policing, Blood in My Eye, Assata autobiography. And that made me think that there's like something where I'm paring down this study of politics in the police state, punitive governmental action and stuff like that. But as I was paring down to something more individual, these autobiographies of people actually affected by the criminal justice system in America. And it was all kind of in, like there's so much material that focuses in on the late 60s and the 70s when those autobiographies, they mostly take place in the 60s and 70s. And so I thought it would be good to read a book written at that time, and Women, Race, and Class fits that. And then it also, especially with how impactful Assata's autobiography was, there's the intersection right there of women, race, and class in that autobiography. So I thought I would take it to Angela Davis's book. I'll be honest. I got to be honest on this show. It's hard work keeping up this pace of reading, and it's hard work only reading books lately that are dealing with the heavy nature of underrepresented voices in the socio-political realm, and dealing with laying bare and being forthright about the oppressive discrimination and just brutality that Black people, that women endure and have endured and fight against for their rights. So, reading this book, I started to notice some fatigue in my reading habits. Started to notice that I'm not absorbing the material as much. And that's a shame because this book is really good. And I started noticing and like what else was I doing? Kind of like second guessing why I'm reading these books on this show, I don't want to stop doing it, but a couple things have to change on the show. Partially because of the fatigue, partially because of what I'm realizing, and partially because I want to feel good doing this show. I feel good doing this, but I want to feel great. As good as I feel like I'm doing something good and doing something well, like I really want to make sure that I'm putting my good in the place where I can do the most good. And there is something to be said for like challenging myself to read books that challenge the way that I think. There's also something to be said for doing what I'm actually good at to make sure that this is a show that is sustainable and grows, you know? And that brings me to another point. By the way, if you'd like to support this show, if you'd like to help sustain this show and the people who help make this show possible, you can contribute to this show. You can support us going to PlanetScum.live, hit the button, drop-down menu, select Googy Morning, and you can PayPal a little bit of money to us. If you send us $20, I'll send you a handmade postcard. And that brings up another thing. Usually, at this point, I will say, I'm going to take 50% of my earnings and send them to charity relevant for the awful week that has been. And I felt good about doing that. But I got to admit, this is not easy to admit. I kind of need the money that comes in for the show. I'm not going to stop giving to charity. I feel like I have developed a good habit of taking what I earn in a month, taking 10%, and boom, automatically giving that to a charity that I feel is doing something good and necessary. To take 50% of my earnings in addition to the 10% that I send monthly every week, it makes it harder for me to pay the people that come on the show as guests, which is something that I feel like I should do every time. And it makes it harder for me to do things like buy groceries. Just got to be honest. So, if I'm trying to just be a good person by being honest there. It makes me feel bad that I can't turn Googy Morning into a 100% philanthropic charitable thing. Thanks for saying it's fair. I'm trying to be fair. Yeah, I'm trying to be fair. If I'm going to keep doing the show, it's got to be, I got to sustain myself so that I can try to help myself so that I can help you. It feels even strange that this is like a show where it's helping or like, is it supposed to, it's a comedy show, right? It's supposed to be a comedy show, but I'm all of a sudden discussing Angela Davis books every other week. So there's that. Also, if you are owed a postcard, if you have sent your money to the show, thank you. But I may not have yet received the information necessary to send you your postcard. So there's an email address, googymorning@gmail.com. Take a screenshot of your PayPal receipt, the money you contributed to Planet Scum. Include that along with your address, and I'll send you a postcard. We have I'm still gonna do hand-drawn ones, but I've gotten back into making stamps. So I got some cool colors. I got paint, all the primary colors, red, yellow, blue. Oh my God, mix them together. You get purple, you get green, orange. Oh my God. I'll send you a Mr. Rude stamp with some Space Noodle stamps on it too. I'm excited about those. I think you'll like them too. And thank you. And you're helping the show. You're helping me directly. You're helping the people who produce the show, Bryson, Jess, Hex. Thank you. So, yeah, okay. Reading for pleasure versus reading out of guilt. I feel like a lot of the reading that I'm doing for this show is guilt-based. Like, I'm a mediocre, middle-class, white, straight male who is, up in arms about how, all of a sudden the world is bad, knowing that's not really the case. I'm not giving myself enough credit, but also I can't give myself too much credit. So yeah, I'm like breathlessly, I got to read about the police. I got to read about prison. I got to read about women, race, and class, right? I'll just say next month. Oh yeah, we're gonna switch it up. Fuck, are we gonna switch it up? Because I don't want it to be such an oppressively demanding reading schedule. I'm putting my own demanding reading schedule on myself to get up to reading 50 books by the end of the year. Just read my 26th, but 5 books behind. But like, yeah, it would be nice if you read the book too, or at the very least, maybe this at the very least will inspire you to read something you've been meaning to read, something that would make you feel more well-informed and equipped for dealing with what you want to deal with, right? Even if it's not the books that I'm recommending. This is more kind of a way for me to hold myself accountable to reading the stuff that I feel like is good for me to read right now. Ba, 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 ba. It's Googy Morning. I haven't fully decided yet. And I'm also just trying to be happier, right? A lot of this work is going to be easier if we're happy. It's not easy to be happy right now. Not easy for me to be happy when the world was normal either. Oh, woe is me, right? But I gotta try. And by trying, maybe it'll be more of established habitual thing. And maybe it'll just get easier. It's easier to do this show after doing it weekly. It's easier to read a book after constantly exposing myself to them. It's easier to, oh no, drink. I was going to say drink water, but my water is empty. It's because I've been drinking water. Oh, put up this "We Are Trash People" comment. This is relevant. We Are Trash People have been reading Bell Hooks' The Will to Change, which is her engaging with masculinity and in part figuring out what a feminist masculinity looks like. This is one of the books that I was thinking about reading next. It's not going to be, but it's on the short list. Thank you, We Are Trash People, Forrest and Emily. I'm going to read that soon. That's on the list. And it's short too. Looks good. Coming in at like 180 something pages. No, I'm picking a long book next. Should I just say what it is before we get into women, race, and class? Yeah, I will. It's called Pleasure Activism. It's by Adrienne Marie Brown. And I feel like, especially with this sustainability talk that I'm doing, with this got to make it enjoyable talk, if I'm going to be somewhat, if this is going to be a long-term thing, got to make it feel good. Now, doing this show feels good. Sharing with you feels good. Traffic outside. Ambulance too. But yeah, wouldn't it be nice to bring together these left and right brains? A little bit of the clown brain with the reading brain. That's a goal of mine too. So pleasure activism. I'm not rushing right now. Is that fine? I'm just trying to feel good doing this. I'm also stalling because, like I said before, I don't feel like I did as good of a job retaining the knowledge of this book as the other ones. And I'm feeling bad about that. And so I'm preparing myself and preparing you for the harsh reality that, like, I'm underqualified to talk about this book, even though I just read it. I'm not, I'm not great at talking about this kind of stuff yet. Let's get into it. And also, if you read this book before, if you are knowledgeable about this topic, if you feel like I am really fucking up and you'd like to gently or not so gently ease me into talking about this in a more informed way, come on. Big time me. You know, the weird tropes of this show. Hair tie monocle. That's really the only thing. Okay. Hex. Let's bring up that first slide. What was the most surprising aspect of women's history that you learned from reading Women, Race, and Class? I will say reading from Angela Davis's Marxist perspective of feminism and women's history, I was interested and surprised by the role industrialism played in shaping gender roles as we know them, like traditional gender roles. I was unaware that pre-industrial revolution, it always kind of made sense to me that, like, oh yeah, there's housework, and then there's, candle making and knitting and all of the, like boiling clothes in the kettle kind of old time work, that women would do. But it was like, while there were separate, I want to say, industries that men and women did, whether it was like farming and, like manufacturing things, when industrialism really started popping off and all the men went to the factories, there was like this campaign of spreading this misinformation of like the delicate femininity that makes women more like their role is just more appropriate at home, take care of the kids, raise the kids, take care of the home, and just kind of locked women into that role. I didn't know that. Simple as that. It's humbling to learn something so basic. And of course, that's like not taking into account, like, working class women had to go to factories too. There's a lot of literature, there's a lot of writing on that in the book, but just to learn that the Industrial Revolution came and then was responsible for artificially being like, hey, by the way, women need to stay, like it's in women's nature for them to stay home and do this thing that men don't do. And then, of course, that comes with the women basically being forced to sign away all that they have for marriage, right? All their rights, all their agency, all their money, all their land, all their property. It's like it's the husband's now. For that to be laid out so plainly, that's I don't know. That's something new for me. I'm looking looking at the comments a little. Thank you for playing along, by the way. What's next? Okay, yeah, next. How did the abolitionist movement influence and inspire the first wave of the women's rights movement? Well, could be wrong here. You see, I'm ready to be wrong right now because I'm pretty sure that the abolitionist movement was happening, and then the women's rights movement started because they saw that they were under a similar oppressive force to slavery. And it was it became just the general attitude that, well, they're not free and we're not free either, so we have to join forces. Now, of course, it gets complicated with class because the women's rights movement largely started in the upper class and the bourgeois, that still, yes, women in those classes were being oppressed by men, but women in working class and of course, poor women had way less agency, had way less say. And then, of course, enslaved women had even less influence and say about how they would go about organizing and establishing their rights in that movement. Let's see. Emily says it was also an area in which a lot of women were able to hold influence and power because it was a social cause, which was seen as a white middle-class woman's domain to some degree. Yeah, by organizing, they were able to be influential. Trying to gather my thoughts here, but they're not coming to me. I wish I were better at this. I got to just keep doing it. Next question, please. What was the source of tension between the women's suffrage movement and the black suffrage movement? Well, the argument for women's suffrage, but not emancipation of enslaved black people, was that, hey, look, people in the South aren't going to like this if we advocate for black people. So we're going to advocate for us being white women first, and then we'll advocate for black people, whether they were enslaved or after the Civil War. Yeah, it was. And then, of course, there then evolved certain really prominent white supremacist ideologies within the women's movement that that stalled out progress on making it an anti-racist movement. Frederick Douglass was one of the most outspoken men in the women's rights movement, and they didn't really return the favor. He did a lot of work and a lot of speeches advocating for women's rights, and he was, a lot of men antagonized him for that, in the same way that like a lot of white supremacists will like antagonize anti-racist white people for fighting for equal rights for black people. But yeah, did I already say that the favor wasn't really returned by white women too well. Yeah, it was racism, right? That's the tension. Cool. Next question, please. In what ways were Black women victimized by this tension? And in what ways did they rise above it? Well, I mean, being caught at that intersection of being a woman and being Black during this time meant that they were fighting at least two battles at once: to be heard, to be liberated. And I mean, I guess this is like a different question, but like what's coming to me right now is like thinking about like slavery and how like ironically the gender roles of enslaved people were on a more equal playing field, that just because slave owner class people would oppress women and men on the same scale, at the same level. There's a stereotype of like the Black enslaved woman working in the house or being the maid or something like that, but they were treated just as brutally as the men in the fields, doing hard labor, building railroads, working in mines, lumber, coal. They did all the same work. So then later on in the movement for liberation, they rightfully felt entitled to the rights of men and the rights of white men, right? What ways were Black women victimized by this tension? In what ways did they rise above it? Well, I mean, I'm thinking about the chapter on Sojourner Truth and her influential speeches in I, Woman, on how she would single-handedly speak up when like the men in the audience would like be shouting down that women are too delicate and they're not intellectually on an equal playing field. And Sojourner Truth as a emancipated enslaved person, or was she even emancipated at that point? I should just read her biography. But she'd be like, look how strong I am. Look how smart I am. Look how eloquent I am. What's not connecting here for you? I'm a woman, Trying not to be dumb, but it's hard because I mean, my bread and butter is dumb. So kind of fighting against all my habits and my instincts here. Keep it going. Yeah, next question. How do the reproductive rights issues faced by women of color and working class women often differ from faced by white middle class women? Okay. I read this chapter this morning. So let's see. I mean, I was shocked to learn that forced sterilization is a thing for working class women, especially non-white working class women. Like doctors were more than happy to do population control in the name of God. There's this speech that Theodore Roosevelt gave where it was like the most white supremacist, like egregious kind of like don't commit race suicide, he said, or something like that. That was his message. Anti-race suicide for white people. Multiply, keep having babies, white people, but population control for everyone else, especially if they're poor, especially if they're non-white. But the speech kind of backfired. I'm half remembering this right now because there was a young movement for women to fight for the right for the agency of their body, and have an option whether or not to have kids, whether other than just being forced to at the will of their husbands. So yeah, there was just like sterilization procedures, just kind of like carte blanche available for poor and non-white women in the interest of controlling the population. I also read something. I got to go back and read this chapter again because there's a nuanced difference between like the right to an abortion, and advocacy of abortion. I think I'm getting that right. I can't eloquently speak on the difference because I got to reread the chapter. Hex, hit me with the next one. Now and in the past, what reasons have women of color and working class women had to feel distrustful of the mainstream pro-choice movement? Well, because the mainstream movement is a polite way of saying it's the movement for upper class white women. And oftentimes, I mean, with suffrage and with just women's rights in general, like with the mainstream pro-choice movement, it is often a slippery slope for these movements to adopt some kind of white supremacist ideology because the other necessary voices are being ignored or spoken over, there isn't room or attention being paid to the oppressed voices. So why would they be distrustful? Well, why would they be distrustful? Because, well, I mean, besides the government doing things like involuntary sterilization, which is a documented thing, involuntary sterilization and population control of poor women and non-white women, that would make me feel distrustful of the mainstream. Wait, but is that the mainstream pro-choice movement? No. But by not including voices of women in other classes or women that aren't white, things like this tend to happen. The oppression among those women continues to happen. So, okay, hey, we are trash people. The right to an abortion ensures that they are accessible for wealthy women because they can surmount material barriers easily. Right. If they have health insurance, if it's available in their affluent areas, right. But legal abortion can be functionally illegal for poorer women because it's not accessible. Yep. Like how there's like one abortion clinic in Texas right now or something. I don't know if that's true. Wait, bring it back up again. Sorry. See the states which have legal abortion, but only a single abortion clinic. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. So, what reasons have women of color and working class women had to feel distrustful? I mean, this feels like I just have to go back and read the chapter again because I don't think I retained the knowledge, the actual facts here. I'm just kind of trying to draw a logical conclusion based on the parts of the book that I do remember, which is underwhelming. Can you tell that I'm not happy with my ability? I'm like trying to grow here. Me. Oh, Pomodoro Fanatic 33 is in a dual window with Googy Morning and a yoga YouTube. Sick. I heard that I had a new breathing GIF. Yeah, here we go. Oh, look at that sand art. Yeah. Making me feel calm when I can't rise to my intellectual ideal of what I'm supposed to be doing. That's nice. We got some tessellating abstract images that looks kind of like ooh, oddly satisfying gifts. Do you sometimes get lost on an Instagram kick and your phone just keeps showing you things that look kind of nice? What is this person drawing now? Is it a fox? Is it a little bit of chocolate? What is this person doing? Oh, yes. Oh, latte. Latte. Oh, you know what? We Are Trash People brings up a great point real quick. Eugenics. So yeah, just like just the absurd and false theory that some races are better than others, right? I mean, wouldn't that make you distrustful of what the government? Okay, I'm on another tangent here. Carving clay, you got to carve it away. Bees and honeycomb. As I gaze into my phone, I look at the honey and I taste the sweet bee vomit. Oh, we got some gears, we got some turning knobs, twisting some wires and making some fobs. Look at that spring. See the machine turning the wire into little pieces of things. Look at it cut. Bolts and nuts. Make sure everything gets where it needs to go. It's a morning show. Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, yeah. Wait, is this bad? Did I just gloss over this book where I was going to like get smarter about women and race and class. And then I kind of glossed over it. And now I'm just watching like satisfying clips to, like wash away the fact that I did a bad job. I'm worried. I got to take this pressure off, put the clips back on. Oh, look at that beautiful stamp. Yeah. It's capitalism making me think that I got to be good at all of this right away. You're right. Wow. Look at the skill and the craftsmanship of that stamp. Whew. I'm not at that level yet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's, oh, wow. Jesus Christ. What's this? We Are Trash People comment about Emily's mom entering her into a perfect baby contest, which was essentially a eugenicist funded contest to gather data. Wow. Did you know the SATs were invented by the same people that invented eugenics? That's why I never took the SATs. Oh, Emily's mom was as a baby, not Emily. Okay. Still, that's kind of weird. Are we going to get YouTube sued for using other people's footage here? No, let's not worry about that. Okay. Yeah. The larger point of this whole book, which is returned to again and again, whether explicitly or just, it should be obvious at this point in the book, if Angela didn't mention it, is that it's capitalism. I just found out if I provide commentary for the clips, then it counts as commentary, and then it's fine. Cool. But yeah, this is a good point. Everything about me feeling bad about giving to charity, me feeling bad about using the money to eat when I provide a service of giving you guys a show, service in quotes, slavery, the Industrial Revolution, gender roles artificially foisted upon the population, the infighting between the women's rights movement and the slavery abolitionist movement, lynching, blaming lynching on the myth of the black rapist, when really it's just white people going out and mob justice for something black people didn't commit, separating classes into people that can and can't receive medical procedures. It's all capitalism, right? Oh God, look at me. I'm a white guy with a beard going, it's all capitalism. But it's true. Some cliches are cliches for a reason, right? Some stereotypes, like the white guy with the beard going, it's all capitalism. Right? I'm so sorry. But it's this is a soft radicalization tool. And it's heteropatriarchal capitalism. This is another reason why I wanted to read Bell Hooks next, but that's coming. I want to read Pleasure Activism first, so that this is actually more fun to do, or that I can find a better way for me to do this. than like straining and, like making me not want to do the work because I feel like it's work. Wouldn't it be better if it were pleasurable, right? Thank you for being here. I just wanted to say that. Also, what else? Today is August 15th, 2020. August 14th, 2019 was my first CGP episode. The first episode of Klon. I got to do that on August 14th. So we're going to celebrate that next week by we got some of the people involved in the first episode of Klon showing up. We're going to do a little retrospective on this show. We're going to talk about it. And that'll be fun. Klon, Klon, Klon. The chant. Where has Klon been? I think he and Brian Fungohead are still living in that apartment. I think he's okay. I don't know. Is he like off? Is he disassembled? I don't know. We got to figure that out. I'm being recommended a book about the Industrial Revolution. That's cool. Yeah. I'm more interested in the Industrial Revolution than I ever was in high school. To understand how it intersects with, or just like all the things that had to fundamentally change to accommodate the Industrial Revolution. Yeah, monopoly capitalism. That is the constant in all of these inequality struggles. There's a joke that I'm reading the Unabomber Manifesto. Tying that into Klon. Maybe next week I will show you guys how I wrote Klon. I have the Google Docs. And one of the first things that Gethard told me when I sent him the document that I had made outlining Klon was that it was insane and it was Ted Kaczynski-esque. Why? Because just because it's color coded, okay? In order to make it easy for me to read and make it like once you understand the code that I was going for, it makes a lot of sense. Okay? I'll show you, and it's not, look, I know that I'm descending ever deeper into this role as like a broadcaster of anti-capitalist, this and that, and I got this beard. I don't care. Okay, I mean, of course I care, but not the Unabomber, guys. Who am I? I don't know. I'm a robot clown. So you know what? I'm not going to take that Unabomber joke as a compliment, but I will say, whatever your name is, Broke Physics, or is it Miloshka? Yeah. The Mighty. You're in a small club, okay? You and Chris Gethard, people that have compared me to the Unabomber. Just because I'm creative, just because I have morals. Now I'm pissed off. Not going to send you a bomb, though. Why? Can't. Post office is done. I've actually been, how's this? I've been too afraid not to go outside because I go running now. I'm a runner. But I've been going outside, but I should go look and see if they fucking stole our mailbox. I don't even know if I'm able to send you postcards for this show. How am I going to send you a postcard if I can't walk to my mailbox and send you one? But also, contribute to the show, and I'll find a way. But shit, man, what are we going to do about the post office? What the fuck are we going to do about the post office? All right, I'm just going to say it. I wasn't going to mention this before, So my mom is really into astrology, right? She loves reading the horoscopes. She loves getting those personalized horoscopes. And she sends me those from time to time. Like, there's this one author of astrology stuff who will like take your birthday and your birth location and your birth time and your sign and your second sign and all this stuff. And then like the topic, and sometimes it'll be like relationship stuff or like the year ahead. And there'll be like these specified like booklets reading you. And sometimes I, like when I'm on the phone with my mom and she's like, okay, well, this is in retrograde and this is coming out and it's the age of this, I can't follow it. And I just kind of have to go, okay, thank you. And I try to be nice about it because she feels very strongly about it, but I have zero, I don't know how it works. So it's hard for me to, it's like, look, I don't get it right away, I'm not the Unabomber, guys. I'm going to shave my fucking beard because of this. Fuck you guys. Eleanor, yeah, put up Eleanor's comment. I'm not the Unabomber. Put that in the highlight. Yeah, here we go. Listen, here. I'll get back to this astrology shit in a minute. I gotta make an angry song. Fuck, you guys are gonna make me put on the gate arpeggio. Make me switch to number 80. God damn it. Here. All right, here we go. Look, you're making me pick a. Does this sound enough like Death Grips? I'm not the Unabomber! Stop calling me the Unabomber! I'm not the Unabomber! Stop calling me that! Everybody should be anti-capitalist. Everybody should be anti-racist. That doesn't make me the Unabomber just because I grow a beard. There's a fucking pandemic going on outside. Everybody should be quarantining. Stop going outside. Don't breathe on me. But send me some money so I can send you a postcard. I promise I won't breathe on them. Fuck you. Stop calling me the Unabomber. I'm not violent. Stop it. I haven't written a manifesto yet. But that doesn't make me a Unabomber even if I did. What if it was a really good infomercial? What if my manifesto was an infomercial? What if I was just trying to sell you a postcard? I'm not the Unabomber. I'm not the fucking Unabomber. What? A lot of people are growing beards right now. I grew my beard mostly to see if I could do it. I didn't know that I could. It turns out I got a big beard. Look, everybody's growing out their hair right now. That doesn't make me the fucking Unabomber. Did my speaker die? Is this another conspiracy? What the fuck is going on? I'm not the fucking Unabomber. I'm not the Unabomber. I'm not the Unabomber. I'm not the Unabomber. Fucking call me the Unabomber. After I deliver you so much content, 2 hours a week of, like a guy trying to better himself. I'm not. I will never build a bomb. What is this? Oh, yeah, I got to relax. Magnetic fluid, ferrofluid, little spikes. Oh, it looks like a little jelly porcupine. Oh, baby, baby, just want to dip my toe in the magnetic flow of your kindness. Oh, look at this. It's another honey thing. Oh, honey, honey. Oh, baby, baby. Wouldn't it be nice to be a little spider sitting in the bottom of that bowl? Wouldn't it be nice to be a puppy lapping up a little bit of hun? Wouldn't it be nice to be a cup of tea? What the fuck is this? Oh, God. Oh, it's OxyClean. Yes, that's calming. Take away all the dirt. Take it away. Oh, and it comes back? No, thank you. Hey, what's up, guys? This comedy club is closed. Oh, no, they're making a comedy club. All right, what's this? Cutting wood. They made a little accordion. Okay, what's this? He's sharpening a pencil. Isn't that nice? Okay, show me the pencil. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah. Look, it's Charlie Chaplin going through the gears in modern times, but it's a carrot. This looks like poop. It also, well, okay. This looks like my dude Noel, fire dancing poi. Yeah, I know a lot of hippies who do this kind of stuff. Uh-oh, the boss got splattered, probably for charity. It's the one day a year where they're like, hey guys, this we're going to cover ourselves in shit today. All right, what's this? I thought it was, clay. Now we got the nice ink on the nice paper. Calligraphy. Who do you think's holding that pen? Steve Jobs? He took a calligraphy class in college, and that's why all of our computers have nice typefaces now. Oh, look at that. A little stool where you can sit on, make your butt wet. Another one. Is it a cake or is it a little pill? Oh, one of the things that they have on the desk when you want the boss in the movie to look smart or menacing. Physics. Okay, wait. What were we talking about before? Astrology. This is what the show is now. Yes. Okay. Good. My mom sent me one of these booklets on my astrological reading. Stop fucking calling me the Unabomber. Twitchy Joe? Why are you so twitchy? I think you're projecting. Okay. All right. I'm going to get through this because this, to me, feels relevant. And if you're here, Twitchy Joe, honestly, send me $20 and then send me your address, and then we'll see if I'm the Unabomber. That's not a threat. I'm going to send you a postcard, okay? Thank you. Bryson's mad at me now. Why? Because I'll send you a postcard? All right. I should just cut my beard on the show. All right. Oh, by the way, my wife doesn't like it when I do this. Elena doesn't like it. I got to stop. Okay. Isn't that nice? My beard has a part in it. Don't you like that? Don't you like this? Okay. If you're just tuning in, we've already covered Women Race in Class by Angela Davis. I did a bad job, and that's why the show is just this right now. I'm a bad man. I'm not a good man yet. All right. My mom sent me an astrological reading all about my vocation and career. And the author goes on to talk about, well, okay, this felt like the most accurate astrological reading I've ever received. Usually it's kind of like, all right, I can kind of see that. Showed it to Elena. She was like, not only is this accurate, but this feels like this couldn't be about anybody else. That's how impressive it was. So I'm really into it right now. And what was one of the main messages? It's that something I knew all along, but it's hard to express the feeling, which is, okay, there's like the material world, right? And when I try to focus on the material world, it doesn't often work out very well for me. And it's very hard for me to get passionate or practical about holding a job that mostly deals with the material world. Twitchy Joe, put up Twitchy Joe's little smart-ass comment. I don't get it. How am I the Unabomber? I'm not. Support the show. So look, the material world, and that really had me thinking, because like a week and a half ago, I went, I got it. I'm going to start coding. I'm going to become a computer programmer or developer or something. And they're going to put up a side-by-side photo of me and the Unabomber, and I'm not happy about it. But, you know, like, why computer programming? Because what? It's like one of the only jobs that's like hiring right now is like software stuff. But like I tried it and I'm not like, it's just not, I'm not good at it. And yeah, forcing myself, thanks trash people, forcing myself into developer work is a good way to have a bad time. But I was like, well, I already spend so much time on computers, might as well, you know, like understand computers better. And, you know, like all this like semi-rational logic of like, well, if I, it'll just be like another way for me to like express myself, which is not, if I get a job in a cubicle doing software, there's 0% probability that I will have the opportunity to express myself through the art of coding, right? Have I considered taking up a trade, working to create something physical? It'd be really satisfying for the soul. I have considered that. Postcards? Just kidding. No, I haven't really considered that. No, because this thing that I read talked about the attitude I have about the material world versus the feelings I have about the inner world, and how I have a affinity naturally to take what is inside, synthesize it through who I am and my thoughts, and deliver it to the outer world, the material world. And that can, you know, in my highest aspirations as like an entertainer, you know, that's like been a thing, trying to be like a TV guy, kind of disillusioned with the whole entertainment industry right now for multiple reasons. But like That's another reason why I think pleasure activism is going to be the next book in the book club, because I like to feel good. I like to help other people feel good. And I feel like I have a certain vocabulary already for that kind of work, whether it's something entertaining or just being able to communicate. I don't know if there was a point to this tangent. I'm just kind of happy to be here with you guys right now. It's the book club episode, and then I just kind of roll somewhere. But yeah, I do need to. I got to figure out something fulfilling, because this astrological reading also told me that most likely, no matter what, I'm probably going to be unsatisfied, which kind of already knew, but to see it like written down, like, God damn it, you know? But like, so I better do something that like makes me feel fulfilled on some kind of internal level, because the external is not doing it for me. And it never really has. And, you know, like, yeah, we're talking about fuck capitalism, and like the careerist kind of attitude is capitalist propaganda. I know, and I get it. But guys, I got to buy groceries. I got to pay rent. So, and you know what? Another thing is all this like short-term panic about like coding and being practical. To be honest, it is the most impractical things on paper that I have done and committed to that have paid off the most. I didn't go to college because I felt at the time I was too stupid. Like I wasn't going to, I got so stressed out in high school that I was like, I'm stupid. I can't do this. It took me years to realize, oh, I'm not a bad student. It's just I had a bad mindset about everything. Whatever. Moved to New York to take improv classes to become some kind of professional comedian. Pretty impractical. But it kind of almost worked. It worked for a minute. Like the whole reason I'm speaking, I'm 99% of the people here or who have ever watched this show, you know me because of the impracticality of like committing to be a big fan of the Gethard Show and then becoming a part of the show and then sticking with the show and then, you know, like kind of forcing my character into the show even when I was told stop doing that. All impractical things that just felt right and made me feel good, made other people feel good. And then it turned into like a bigger thing, right? Even the impracticality of like, okay, I got this CGP thing. Everyone's doing talk shows because it's kind of like a good way to like showcase your personality and your writing style, and you can use it as a thing to get the next thing, right? Practical, right? To be a little cynical about it. I know that that's not what everyone on CGP was doing, but like, I don't know. I always feel like a lesser comedian because I'm always a few steps behind on that thing. Even though I've been doing this for 10 years, it's like people who've been doing this for less time seem to have a really good handle on being like, I got my brand, I got my persona, I got my routine, I got my bits, I got my, packet, I got my, and then like CGP can fit into this thing where it's like, this is who I am for the next opportunity. And then what do I do with that opportunity? A robot clown show that like is quietly paying tribute to like all these little things that I love, right? And then it becomes something that I'm so proud of it that we're going to do a retrospective about it next week, even though it's just a public access robot clown show I did with some friends. So I feel like sometimes like, okay, the George Floyd uprisings and the reckoning with white privilege and systemic racism and all this stuff. And it's like, the shame and the guilt and the all of these hard feelings that everyone is reckoning with on a collective level and a personal level. How did my subconscious lash out? I got to do something good. I got to do a book club, and I got to, and I don't regret doing the book club. But I do think that there is some of that like short-term practical panic there to like be a better person right away that influenced my decision to do the book club and to pick the books that I've been picking. And I've said this multiple times doing the book clubs. That's like, I think it's necessary to do this work. May not be the most productive, and it may come off as a little self-serving and centering myself to do this work this way. So I don't know if this is the best format. Should I just be reading these books privately and then like with my actions speaking louder than these words? But this show is my action. It's fucked up. It's contradictory. I'm never going to get it fully right. Broke Physics rewatched the Collins shows recently for a big project. Ooh. And a quote that stood out to him was, or stood out the quote out to Broke Physics was, I built a career on not letting cumbersome to the point of not worth it stop me. Yeah. And you'll see, I mean, yeah, you can see it now. Klon was cumbersome to the point of not worth doing. I mean, it was very worth doing, but it was very cumbersome. You'll see the thing, the way that I wrote it, the way that I pitched it. Yeah, I'm seeing, okay, thank you for, validating my uncertainty here. I'm glad you're getting something out of this. I really am. Like, I feel like I'm getting something out of it. I certainly wouldn't be reading these books if I wasn't putting myself on this type of schedule, So what is it? Okay. Inner world, right? The short-term panicky decision to do the book club and read these books is kind of like external world. Let me understand you and let me operate within you. But I know that there is an inner world that I have access to and that I have interest in that I could be serving at a higher level. And I know that when I do that, ideas come to me. And then I'm able to be more creative. And that by being more creative, hopefully, I can better help myself to some kind of opportunity that better fits me. opportunities along the line of the reasons that you even know me in the first place, opportunities that led me to taking the classes and meeting the people that got me on the show, that made me feel liberated enough to do something so crazy that it became a fixture in the show that became a TV show. And suddenly I'm rapping for Method Man, which, if you know me a little bit better, it was a fully surreal experience that fits with just like the impractical decisions rather than the rational. So after pleasure activism, maybe it's, I don't know, because there's just so many good books I want to read. Damn. But I want to start moving in like a direction where like it doesn't have to just be like the kind of coulda, woulda, shoulda guilt of like, well, now I got to read about the Industrial Revolution, and now I got to read about like, of course I want to read about slavery, and I want to read about politics, and but like I think I owe it to myself to pay attention to the direction that I'm going in with a little bit more care, right? Because I don't want to just do this. I don't want to just be this. Because being this person is only part of the equation that got me to a point where I could do Klon. And I got to serve, I mean, that's what the right brain episodes are for, right? But like, I want to intellectually serve that part of me too, not just play serve that, but like understand within myself what's going on so that I can be more informed about how and why the play that I play helps me and entertains you and makes us both feel fulfilled on a certain level. Me. Is this like, what is this show? I get self-conscious because like you look at the highlight reel and it's like, cool comedy show. Gethard's thing. And then and then like I'm fighting off accusations that I'm becoming the Unabomber, and talking like this, which isn't helping my case. I will be vindicated. Now I'm leaning into it because it's, I will be vindicated. Be sure to send me those receipts with your address so that I can send you a postcard, not anything else. I can't afford to send you anything else. I don't even know if I have a mailbox anymore. It's my slow burn. I don't care about reaching everybody. I care about reaching the people who are watching right now. So that, there's like, it's just nice that there's like, kind of, I don't know. It's pretty one-sided. I can read the chat, but like, it feels good to share this rather than feel Like, maybe that's a good reason it's a morning show. It's like, I don't feel like, I got to deliver. So thirsty, you know? What's this? Oh, is that a coconut? Oh, is that a, well, look at that. Can't be the most efficient way of doing that. Oh, well, he got it done. Soothing. Vacuuming or smoothing the wet concrete? Or is that taffy? Yum, yum. I am being informed that there is some new big time night fan art. We got to see it. Yeah. Full screen that. Look at his blue eyes. Look at his beard. Local unknown on Discord. Man, look how rich that guy is. He's got a monocle. He's got white teeth. Smiling. He's so rich, he doesn't care if his hair is sticking out on the side a little bit. But, okay, we need a split screen here. This is important. This is the message, right? Is he rich in money? No. The host of Big Time Night is rich in spirit. The host of Big Time Night is rich in heart. The host of Big Time Night. No, he's like wealthy. That was the whole joke. He's like wealthy. He's a magnate. It's good. It's good. Thank you to Local Unknown. Yeah. What do we want to, for those of you who are joining late, or for those, like, if you're interested in reading the next book, I think we're going to pace it out a little bit differently. You know what? Let's do 2 Right Brain episodes. And then in 3 weeks, we'll do another book club. We'll do right, left. Because if you're interested in reading pleasure activism, like I am, it's a big book. The Women, Race, and Class was a big book. I don't think I gave myself enough time. I think that's evident. That's okay. But you guys, we just got to try again. Hey, it's Kate Sweeney in the chat. Kate, do you want to be on the show next week? We're gonna do a Klon retrospective, and you were a big part of like a major breakthrough with the writing process of Klon. Yeah, sure, why not? Cool. Thanks, Kate. No pressure though. I know I just asked you on the show, but it's cool. But oh yeah, okay. So what are we mentioning here? Next week, Right Brain, Klon retrospective with friends. Week after that, another Right Brain thing. I don't know what we're doing yet. And then pleasure activism in the 3rd week. No, not next week. Not next week. Oh, God. Fuck it. Next week, pleasure activism. No, don't read the whole book. I don't know. I'm back and forth. I'm hot and cold. Should we do an activity? What should we do? I mean, like, I'm hungry. I forgot my snacks. I forgot my water. Oh, Elena's getting me some water. She's leaving soon. She's going to go see a friend. I'm going to stay inside. No, I'm not getting water. Elena's going to. No, I'm not getting water. Elena is generously grabbing me water before she leaves the house. What kind of snacks do you like? Oh, my God. Here we go. Favorite snack? It's got to be fruit. I love fruit. Oh, my God. I will get up for this because I remember. Oh, Elena's bringing me a. Oh, guys. A fresh organic plum. Yeah, she gets. Yeah, Elena, say hi. That's Elena. First appearance on the show. I feel great now. Look at these fresh organic plums, the last two. Okay, I got to tell you, I love fruit. I've always loved fruit. I have fond memories of having Googy mornings as a young child, sitting in bed with my mom and my dad. My dad would take out a Swiss Army knife and methodically cut open a grapefruit and peel it so gently with such precision, peel away the peel, and then even more gently peel away that white, what is that? The drier kind of like membrane. That's not the membrane, but like he's so good at that. And then, breaking off the sections of the grapefruit, and I would just watch him eat that grape. He would pop that grapefruit in half, and then he would say, okay, well, he would give me a choice, which half. I would always take the bigger half. And then, being Kevin Schmevin, act like he was put upon. You go like, why did you take the bigger half? Every time he takes the bigger half. You gave me the choice, dude. I'm a growing boy. Someone wants me to juggle the plums. There. Fond memories of fruit. I mean, putting the raspberries on your finger, pop, pop, pop. I love berries. I love berries so much. Blueberries, blackberries. Oh my God, I love fruit. Fond memories of making me a fruit bar. Why don't I remember this? Like a fruit bar, like a bar, or like a salad bar but with fruit? I don't fucking remember this. It was the second Gethard Show episode. Was this the fucking vacation station? This is a funny story. Yeah. Oh, the station. Oh, yeah, with a smoothie bar. Yeah. That was good. The John Mulaney episode. That was fun. That was really fun. Okay. Okay. Bye. Okay. It's so good. What are we? Okay. Oh, yeah, watermelon, classic fruit. Did you know that melons are like in the cucumber family? Watermelon is so good. It's a salute to fruit. One of the first segments of Googy Morning is back. Man, look how good he is at this. Pineapple is so good. just, isn't it cool that like you can cut it so beautifully to get away all the like the right things? And this is calming. This is way more calming to me than just machinery. What's going in the, oh my gosh. Is this guy's YouTube channel? He just cuts fruit? My gosh. Look at that cool little knife he's got too. Man. Okay. I'm getting distracted here. What is that? Is that papaya? I'm not a huge fan of papaya, to be honest. And then a lemon on top. Wow. And then just that beautifully, looks like a saw blade of pineapple. I would eat that. This guy's good. You know what? All this inner world, material world talk. Should I just learn to, I should just be this guy's apprentice. This fits the bill of like striking that balance between it's a trade. It's something that makes me feel fulfilled, helps other people, and I could make it mine. I could, wouldn't it be fun to see me talking shit while I'm cutting? I don't know. It would be fun for a day. It'd be fun for one day. Yeah. And I don't want to make then I would have to like get into making smoothies too. I've been making smoothies lately, but like I don't love smoothies the way I love fruit. Man, yeah. Maybe we'll do a fruit carving episode. You know what I got to bring back? Oh, liquiteria, huh? Yeah. I'm very grateful for all the things that I learned at my pizza making job. Pizza's good, but it's hard. It's hard to work in front of a very hot oven in the summertime outdoors. Have I tried some short courses? I have taken I took a cooking class. I took a one-night cooking class on Szechuan Chinese food, which I also love. Delicious. I forgot how to make all the things I made that day, though. I love Szechuan food. If I had more weed, which I don't, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, I would do High Kitchen again. The cooking show featuring Riley. Hi. Very good joke. Hi, kitchen. It's Riley. Hi. I'm Riley. Hi. In the kitchen. Hi, kitchen. It's such a good, simple idea. But I don't want to, it's probably best if I don't deal with knives in High Kitchen. I try to keep my knife usage limited during High Kitchen. Why? Because I get nervous in front of the camera. I made the absolute worst dish I've ever made in my life on High Kitchen. I made homemade tater tots that were fucking terrible. They made me so angry. Pomodoro Fanatic 33. Is this Aaron Dugan? I don't know, like, if you didn't want your name out there like that, I'm so sorry. Bryson's going to bleep it in the post. I don't even know why I feel bad right now. We're friends. Aaron, if you Pomodoro Fanatic 33, if you want to be a part of Klon, because you were there. If you want to be part of the retrospective next week, you're invited. What do I enjoy about being a line cook? Not much. Man, I worked at a fucking burger joint for about 6 months. It was cash register, and then I had to cook stuff too while I wasn't working the register. And man, that shit is punishing. What did I like about it? My favorite thing about that work, I think, was when it would be like really fast paced, really urgent, really fucking like exhausting. And then to one of my cooks, I'd be like, hey man, I need you to grab me a towel really quick so I could wipe this up, or I could dry my hands or something. And he would like under his thing, open the door, pull out a towel, throw me the towel, and I'd catch it and I'd go, you're the man. And I would mean that sincerely more than I've ever meant anything in my life. You're the man. I am so grateful for this towel right now. Thank you. That's the best part about being a line cook, is the emotion that bubbles up. I'm an actor, all right? I'm a fucking robot clown. I'll do this work, but shit, man, in my free time, I gotta stop worrying about like the practical thing, and I gotta dream. I need to make room to dream. I'm a dreamer. I'm a uni-dreamer, okay? Stop calling me the Unabomber. I'm a uni-dreamer. This is what I do. I sit in my apartment all by myself with my little devices, growing this beard, doing my little manifestos, not for bombs, but for dreams. I'm the Unidreamer, okay? Fuck, that's such a corny, stupid name. And fan art in 3, 2, 1, the Unidreamer. I'm going to go to my temp agency when this is all over. They're going to Google me, and they're going to see Riley Soloner, the Unidreamer, and they're going to ask me about it. Thanks in advance, Planet Scum. I'm not going to need to go to a temp agency at the end of this. You know why? Because I'm going to unidream something so good that I'm going to next level creatively. I'm going to unidream. Maybe if I keep saying it, I'll like it, but no, why did I say that? Where was I going? Favorite snacks, fruit, and I love crunchy stuff. I love chips. I love chips. I try not to eat junk food very much anymore. I like nuts and seeds. But man, oh man, when you get a chip with that fake stuff on it, whether it's the ranch or the cheese powder, I love snacks. I got to grab some chips. We're doing it. We're doing the blue bag. All right. For those that don't know this trick, this is one of the best tricks for snacking. You take the bag and you fold the bottom in on itself. I don't know if I can show logos or not. I don't know why I'm so paranoid about that. Look, now you have a free-standing chip bowl. Tangy. My mouth is watering at these. I love chips. These are salt and vinegar Lay's. Look, basic, 100% contributing in some way economically to the downfall of humanity. But damn, I don't want to be a hypocrite, but like, I'm going to have to give up chips? Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Googy morning, indeed. I'm so happy right now. We got to be happy. We got to figure this out. Googy morning. Ooh, there is some chip in my throat. So painful. Okay. I'm back. All right, look. I can't stop eating these chips. And what is he making? Is he making chips? What's he cutting up there? Is he cutting up 4 potatoes at a time? Banana? Plantain? What is it? It's banana. Banana is kind of divisive, you know? Some people love them. Me, I go through phases. Buy some bananas, let them ripen, break them in half, throw them in the freezer, peel them, break them in half, throw them in the freezer. And then the frozen banana goes in the smoothie. All right. Fuck. These are not good for the show. They're good for my taste buds, but as my mom says, get these away from me. Oh, they're so good. I'm like, I'm not high from the chips, but damn, I'm close to. Great show. So there's a few things on the agenda now for Googy Morning. Of course, we got Pleasure Activism is the next book. We got Klon Retrospective next week. We got the declaration and intention to be more proactive about feeding my dreamy self, my uni dreamer. Because as much as I like exercising my intellectual muscles, and I'm not going to stop doing that, What really makes me happy and what really makes me feel useful is getting to a place where I can live out a little bit of my dreams through comedy, through imagination, through empathy. And it just so happens there's like a triple Venn diagram. This is a triangle, which has 3 sides. The triple Venn diagram of comedy and empathy and imagination, the clown knows. So I don't know. I feel like, oh, Dustin's here. All right. Hey, Dustin, you missed a lot, man. You didn't miss that much. I also just have to fight through the, there's like a, it's not, I guess we could blame it on capitalism, but it's just like the urge to make my show like easily definable, fit into this category. But if you guys are along for like the book discussion devolving into this, and then next week we'll just do this, and it's like, I so appreciate that I can just do whatever here and not have to worry about selling you guys on it. It means more to me than you may know. Because for so long I've tried to, go along with the program where I come up with a show where I can be like easily definable and sell it and it's so bad. And it didn't work for me. So this feels like it works for now. And I appreciate you for that. So maybe we'll do more, I think that just allows me to open it up to the show being more things. Maybe we'll watch, maybe we'll do like I like that the George Lucas show does watch along. So maybe we'll do a watch along sometime. Maybe we'll watch something together. Or maybe I think High Kitchen would be good one of these days. High Kitchen. Yes, you get it, Dustin. You were gone for so long, but you summed up pretty much what I've been ranting about for an hour. You get a chip. I get a chip. One for you, one for me. And one more for the rest of the people watching. I goddamn love chips. If we get to the end of this revolution and there's no chips, well, I guess I'll start making the chips. Can you imagine if the revolution happened? I would like that. That's a unit dreamer statement. That's not a unit bomber. Oh, yeah. Dustin, the one thing that you did miss, that was probably the most worthwhile thing from this episode, is I wrote, produced, and performed a song called "I'm Not the Unabomber," or "Don't Call Me the Unabomber," because people are calling me the Unabomber. Okay, I'm not the Unabomber though. I mean, I get it, but I'm not. You guys are the best. Look, part of the reason that I like doing the show this way is because I feel like if I can be more authentic, even if it's not getting me a large audience, it's getting me an audience where there's like a clear line of communication. And I feel like I'm attracting the right people. It's nice. It's very nice. I appreciate you being here. I don't know. I also recognize that the people that help produce this show have lives. So as much as I want to keep going, I think, 2 hours is good. Once again, for everyone supporting the show by watching, if you tell somebody about it, if they think they might like it, or if you're sending me a little bit of money, thank you so much. And I really want you to get those postcards if you want them. So screenshot your receipt, send it to the Googy Morning at Gmail email. Read Angela Davis if you haven't. Try to do as good or better a job as I did of retaining that information when you're trying to explain it to people. Pleasure Activism is the new book. Follow your heart. Be a dreamer like me. How are we going to get to the better side of this if we don't spend a little bit of time dreaming of something better, right? And drink water, put on a mask, and go for a walk today. I'm an athlete now. I signed up for a 5K, my first ever running thing. I'll tell you more about that later. But I ran today. It's time to stop the show. Thank you. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Oh, yeah, and I posted about it, right? I posted about, thank you, Kate.